D.3 Configuration in Eclipse EE. I did this part in our first in-person class. Here, let me just repeat the details for those students who want to pick up the details in that class. All right. Also, this part is included in the tutorial in the in-person class 1.zip. Yeah. All right. So let me go through, the configuration part first. Probably I will give you a little more information. All right. So first, I want to start from the very beginning. Let me start from Eclipse download page, download link. Yeah, from the tutorial, you can find this link. Yeah, so I copied this link from the tutorial I included in the in-person class 1.zip. Yeah, so this is in the tutorial. You can find this link in, the zip file I posted, module 1 in that in-person class 1. Yeah, in-person class 1.zip. Okay, so you can find. All right, so this link, when you click it, so you get to a download page. There are many different versions of Eclipse. You need to find the right one. Okay, do not use the first one. The first one, for Java developers, there is no web components. There is no software tool support for web development. So you need to select the second one in that page. Yeah. Eclipse IDE for Enterprise Java and web developers. This version. Okay, yeah, the right version. And you can see this version, the file size is very big. So right now you can see 517 megabytes. Really big. Yeah. So this keep growing. Yeah. Every time when you have a version keep growing, yeah. At the beginning 100 something megabytes. So then 200, 300, now 500. Yeah. So big. Yeah. I hope you download this version first before you come to the class. Try your best. Yeah. Otherwise, if you do it in our second in-person class, it will take some time. Although probably it is still okay, but try your best, do as much as you can before our second in-person class. And choose the version for your computer. Yeah. The right version. Yeah. Then after you download, just unzip it. That's it. Unzip in some appropriate location. Yeah. Some location that you feel convenient. Okay. Yeah. So then you do not need to run the installer, because after you unzip the file, an executable file already there inside. You just double click, you can start. Yeah. Later I will show you, that kind of details. Yeah. All right. So the first page, select the correct version. Otherwise, you have to replace it with the right one. All right. Second, configuration. Second, I want to talk about configuration. Before I show you how to do it, first, let me explain something so you get some background knowledge. When we do configuration, we need to do two things. Yeah. But before that, before we do the configuration, we need to do a few little things. Yeah, a few little things. Okay. Yeah. All right. First, you need to start Eclipse. How to start? The folder, you unzip, you can find the icon, Eclipse icon. You just double click it. So later I will show you. Yeah. Later, after I finish this slide, I will go back to show you that. Very easy. Yeah. So you start Eclipse. Yeah. The first page you see, there is a welcome page. You just close that window, welcome page. Give you some information. Yeah. Because you can always bring that page back when you need it. Yeah. The welcome page. Just dismiss it. Yeah. Close that window. Then you get some empty window. The first thing you need to do, or I say step 0, okay? Yeah. Step 0, before you do configuration, you need to do, select the right perspective. Yeah. What's that? Perspective. Yeah. Because Eclipse organizes resources on the different perspectives. Okay. Here, I talk about 2 perspectives. Yeah. The first perspective is called Java perspective. Java. All right, Java perspective. This one is the default one. Default perspective. So when you start, you automatically get this perspective, but we don't need this one. Okay, this one cannot be used to develop Java web applications. There is no Java web tools in this perspective. Okay, so that means we need to switch to the right perspective in our step 0. So what perspective do we need to switch? Java EE, okay? Java EE perspective. Okay, yeah. How to get there? All right, how to get there? Yeah. In the Windows, the toolbar, right? So remember, so the ID in the location somewhere like here, you see that Windows. Later I will show you in the IDE. Windows, then select open perspective. Yeah, probably there is one said open perspective. All right, you select that, then there is a pop-up window, okay, the many items, then you select the, Java, you can find Java EE one and select it. After you select it, so you dismiss the window, then your ID will switch to that Java EE perspective, all right? You just leave there. So then after that, next time when you start Eclipse, you always use that Java EE perspective. Okay? Yeah. So we have all the tools we need for this class in Java EE perspective. Yeah. So that's the step 0. Then step 1 and step 2, right? Step 1, we need to configure Java JDK. Okay, yeah. Step 2, we need to configure Tomcat. But both configuration, we can get to it from that Windows menu bar, that item, then preferences, preference. Right? Yeah. Then you have a window. Okay. You have a window, Java, Java. Okay. So you configure JDK there, server. You configure Tomcat. All right. So I will show you in my IDE. Okay. All right. So that's the basic information before you do the configuration. Now let me show you the basic steps. Yeah. All right. Let me start from the very beginning to use some details. First, I like to start with this step. Yeah. Download the zip file, Eclipse for Java EE, unzip. I unzip to this folder. Okay. In my C drive, Java EE IDEs, inside this folder, I put the original default folder name is lowercase Eclipse. Okay, because here I have so many versions, so I have to change to the version that I can identify easily. So I change it to the newest version, Eclipse EE3. My newest version, Eclipse EE3. All right, so you have that folder. Yeah. Then when we get into it, look at these items. These items, after you unzip it, you have them. You do not need to run installer. You just have these items automatically. Okay, all right. And this icon, this one is executable file. When we double click, we can run it. All right. But for this class, because we need to use this executable file frequently, so we may like to put it on our desktop, convenient location, so we can, access quickly. Otherwise, we need to go through many folders, subfolders, then we get here. Okay, yeah. So usually I do this way. Right click, I put a shortcut on the desktop. Send to my desktop. All right, yeah, desktop, create shortcut. All right, yeah. Then let me go back to my desktop. All right, so you can see, this one is the shortcut, the newly created. I have so many Eclipse versions, but this is the newest one. So I need to, before I run it, I want to change the name, for it. So I call it Eclipse EE3 on my desktop. So I know it is the newest version. All right, okay. So then to start it, so now I'm ready. Start this version, double click, then I start it. Because I already, this is not my first time. In our in-person class number 1, I already ran this IDE before. So I already set the workspace, default workspace. So now we just use that default workspace. But it takes some time to get started. Quite some time. All right. You can think about, good, not too slow, not too slow. You can see we did something before, right here, right? Something left here, All right. And because this is not the first time you will see, welcome, that page. Yeah, you just dismiss it. Here, let me just repeat basic things I described before. All right. Here, look at the upper right corner. You can see this little icon. When I put mouse cursor there, you see Java. That means Java perspective. All right. This little cursor, there is a bin icon. When I put a mouse cursor there, there is Java EE. That means Java EE perspective. Okay. All right. But when you start the first time, you don't have that Java EE perspective. Okay, you need to bring it up. Yeah. So go to Window. Oh, yeah, it's Window, not Windows. Yeah. Then there is perspective. Yeah, not open. Yeah, no open. Yeah, because here it's just perspective. Then open perspective. Yeah, open perspective here. Okay, you select that. All right. All right. Open perspective. Then you see perspective, right? But you don't have Java EE, right? You click Others. Here, click Others. Then in this window, look at this here, Java EE default. The first time you bring up this window, you don't have Java EE window. You have Java default. But now, because after you select it, you open, right? Then next time it becomes default. All right, right now we make it default, then we do not need to do it again and again. We only need to do it once. Yeah. All right, so that is the perspective step, our step 0. After that, let me show you 2 other configuration steps. Yeah. Windows preference. Yeah, preferences, this window. Okay, you see this window. Configure JDK, select the expand the Java node. In Java node, look at this, installed JRE, you select it. Okay, yeah. Here, if you have not configured your JDK, you only have this JIE item. Yeah, JIE item. Then you need to click Add button. Next, in the directory, try to locate your JDK download location, the default location. Here, I just talk about the default location. Okay, so most of you select the default location. C drive, look at the program files. Sometimes program files, parenthesis x86. On my machine, it's program space files. When you see Java folder, default location, select JDK, don't select JRE. Okay, yeah, we know JDK is a superset, larger, contains more resource. JRE is smaller than JDK. All right, smaller than JDK. But our Tomcat requires JDK. Yeah, our Tomcat requires JDK. So for that reason, we select that. Because I already have it, so I do not need to reselect it. I just point that to you. So what you need to do there. All right, so let me go back. All right, so after, let me just cancel this. After you connect, install, you select JDK as your default. Check the JDK, not the JRE, okay, JDK, all right. After that, the first step, configuration. Then the second step, configuration, server. Expand the server node. There is this runtime environment. All right. So here, all right, because here I have 2, because I did twice, but this time let me put a Tomcat version 8 there. In case I need to go back to some older version, so let me connect the Tomcat 8 there, to show you how to configure. Suppose you download Tomcat version, okay? Tomcat, the zip version. In my previous videos, I show you how to download Tomcat version, all right? Here I just yeah, my 8 version, actually I have 8.5 version. Let me select 8.5 version. Okay, next. Now I need to connect to Tomcat installation directory. Yeah, so in my C drive, Java EE folder, servers, I have many Tomcat. So I select this one. Okay, this is the installation directory for Tomcat 8.5. All right, selected. All right, then remember to change this JRE to JDK. Okay, JDK, some JDK version. Version should be newer than 1.8. Yeah, newer than that. Yeah, not too old. Yeah, usually 1.8 is pretty old already. Yeah, the current version, I just look at it, version 17. 1.8 means 8. You can remove that 1 point. Yeah, actually the version number is after that point. Yeah, that's we call the version 8. The newest version 17. Okay, 17. Yeah. But you know, any version newer than 8 should be fine. Yeah. All right. So finish. Okay. Yeah. So version 8.5. Yeah, we have it. So then apply and close. We are ready to do our Java web application development. That's all we need to do in this video. Okay, all right. In my next video, I will run some simple Java web applications. Hello world, basically, hello world. Yeah, you know, to let you get a hands-on experience of your first simple Java web application. Okay, all right. But in our second in-person class, I like to do a little more hands-on experience of simple Java web applications in Eclipse for Java EE. Yeah. All right, so let me stop here.